Hello, my dear Cancer. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between September 16 and September 30, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can contact me at my email in the description box below the video. I used the Mary L Tarot with Mary White, and I have already chosen your cards. I will do a shorter 9-card mid-month reading for you this time, and we'll come back with the longer 15-card reading for the beginning of the month readings, where I use a smaller deck as well. It might be Legacy of the Divine, but it might also be a new deck. I haven't really made up my mind just yet. So I will just tune in for a few seconds and then start to read for you. Okay, so my dear Cancer, this is in the past. It might be August or the beginning of September, and here we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands might be referring to the Lion's Gate that we went through in the beginning of August, and also all this this eclipse season that really had Leo written all over it. This Eight of Wands comes bearing with gift to you. It's your inner child, it's your inner essence, it's your truth. The truth shall set you free. When you align with what's true inside of you, you kind of become like your own soul on earth, stepping on earth, not a human being anymore, but your own soul. You're becoming untaintedly you, pure you. And so this is very important to not deny or direct or try to be someone else than the person that you actually are. Yes, we can be diplomatic with how we say things, but we still need to say them if they're coming from our natural behavior. This is a lion. It has its pure instinct. The animal kingdom has its pure instinct. Children have their pure instinct. It's just human beings that forgotten about this, like grown-up human beings, because of the fall from grace in paradise. But it wasn't really a fall from grace. It was evolution. We were starting to get like a mind that could see far back into the past and also calculate further into the future and predict what was going to happen with using our logic. What we forgot is that our logic is kind of just 10 or 20% of our total intelligence. The other kind of intelligence comes from our instincts and our intuition, from our subconscious, which the animal, they still have. So they can act very natural, and they also know when there's going to be a natural disaster, or they know if winter is going to come very early, or if it's time to move because spring is coming. So they know a lot of stuff that we don't, because we fell from grace. But as I said, it wasn't a fall from grace. We evolved into something. But now it's time to reconnect to that natural part of ourselves that's so important. We still have this. We can have this through when we are sleeping. If we're going to bed with a problem, we might have the solution in the morning because we have slept on it. Here with Eight of Wands is some kind of message. It might be also a lot of like spiritual enlightenment, like things coming and you are getting like this aha moment. With Eight of Wands, it might also be someone coming and apologizing to you or telling you how things really were. You might have wondered what happened, why this was things like this, what happened to this other person, or so you might get clarity in a certain situation, but mostly you get clarity in who you really are and what you really want to express from the bottom of your soul. So you're becoming more loyal to yourself and to your own expression. The next card here is the Empress. So we have this little child again, and it's almost like you're a little bit pregnant with this new thing. Maybe you are waiting a little bit. Maybe you don't really want to share it with the world just yet, and it's totally fine. You can just notice what it is that you want to say or do in different situations. You still can choose to use your own old social skills to prevent yourself from doing those things. But at least know that you want to say it. It's like resting a little bit on this new knowledge, making it like grow up so it's prepared to meet the world. This little infant has the Ankh cross in the forehead, and it kind of is a picture of Venus or the uterus. So the feminine being the stargate, which you can come from another dimension and into this world. So it's the divine feminine that also is awakening together with your inner child. The divine feminine is more, it's not very logic with those straight lines. It's more creative and wild and expressive, and it doesn't have so much rules for its expression. It wants to be free. It wants to be able to use all kind of knowledge to express itself. Nature is so profoundly intelligent. It's much more intelligent than any of us human beings, and it's so beautiful and so perfect. So this is the natural expression. It's what gives us abundance of life. So it's very profoundly, it's like you have found the fountain of eternal life here in some way, that you have found your fountain of creativity, or you have found self-love and discovered that there's so much about you to love. And also maybe sorting out karma for female generations back in time, because you have this tree here. So tree is for ancestors, cellular memories. When you start to heal things with you that your ancestors wasn't able to, you heal them as well, and you also heal coming generation. Healing you is healing coming generation. Whatever your mother or your mother's mother weren't able to solve, it's upon you to solve it. And when you have done so, you're freeing generations backwards and forwards in time. So it's a great work, but someone's got to do it. You can see this patterns going in your family, different patterns that's so different from family to family, but yours are special, and it's kind of up to you to not give too much of this karmic burden onto your children. With the tree Empress, it's I feel that this is a victory for something inside of you that you haven't trusted before, and now you do. So you're becoming much more stronger because of this, much more natural in your behavior, and a person that will meet you will see that you are very honest and direct, and you will have a lot of respect because of this. The next card is Four of Swords, and it comes in upside down position. Four of Swords is when a person doesn't really do anything, like they don't want to cause damage, or they don't want to take like an action because they know that this will have a counter reaction. Every action that you do will have consequences, and with the Four of Swords you kind of don't want consequences, or you want to prevent something bad from happening by not doing anything at all. With the Four of Swords up reversed like this, it's like you're coming out from hibernation. You're coming out from a time where you have been inactive or not really expressing your true self to the world. And now you're not afraid anymore. You are not afraid of the consequences, because you will be able to take whatever comes. Because when you have self-love, what is there to be afraid of? Whatever another person do or threat to not love you anymore, you will still love you. You will still align with you. You will still back you up. If someone give you criticism, you will say, well, that's a good point, and I will take it to me, because you won't be hurt by criticism anymore. You will either take it as valid or as non-valid. It's not saying anything about you anymore, because this is very beautiful self-love. So I think some kind of where you have put the lid on before, it's not there anymore. It's like a gateway has opened for you. It's like a blockage has been removed. You might get like, you might have gotten acknowledged for you being you, like getting some people telling you good things about you, or giving you the win in something. It's anyway a door that's open here with the Four of Swords. Capricorn had the Two of Swords also in upside position in just here. But the Four of Swords is more, Two of Swords is more like a choice. Will I go that way or that way? Four of Swords is more profound. It's more like the Emperor, the masculine paradigm. It has like given away, your masculine paradigm that you have ruled yourself by has given away for this more female way of being more true to your natural self, not trying to behave accordingly with some decision that you have made of how you want to be, or rules. You're more natural in your behavior and expression. So that was in the past. This is in the now. And here we have a Four of Cups, and it comes in upright position. So Four of Cups is the divine masculine, the ability to show love and protection to the one that's closest to you, to really value what's worth having, to really value what's really valuable, not value things and situations and worldly goods, but more valuing the things that truly makes you happy. And it's up to each and every one of us to decide what this is. But the Four of Cups is like a well-earned vacation, or some kind of platform that you reach where your emotion is starting to get more in level. You are not so afraid of them anymore, so you don't have to keep them on an arm's length distance. Traditionally, Four of Cups is like a person that doesn't want to take what's given to them because they don't want to be triggered in their emotions. They don't want to have the love relationship that's given to them or offered to them because they don't want to get hurt later on, so playing it very safe. But here it's another story. This is talking about seeing what's important and single that out amongst all the other non-important things. You have like a shell there. Protection is still important, but on another level. It's not like you are denying yourself all pleasure to not get hurt ever, because then you're hurting yourself and denying yourself what you need. It's like starving yourself, because if someone will cut off your food supply later, so you will get used to the idea. So it's a little bit stupid. Here it's like, I know what I need and I am going to see to that I get this, and it's not much, but this is what I truly need, and this is what I'm going to focus on. Fours have great focus. They have like, this is my focus of attention, this what's here. And really central here you have the sun, and the sun is your soul, your eternal soul. And it comes also here with the Eight of Wands. That's the sun's rays. So it seems like you have gotten you have gotten really enlightened during the past year. 2017 is said to be the year of end of illusion, and it really seems to be true for you. To step inside in this kind of light, it's seeing everything the way it is. And sometimes that can be scary, or to the beginning it can be scary, because then you will see that, well, this person never cared about me, and I was never this big asset at my work as I thought, and it wasn't really what I wanted to do anyway. So it might be like coming with a lot of challenges, but it's still the light, and what I said before, it still counts. The truth will set you free. When you know things from the bottom of you, just really knowing, being in the know and not denial or having your pink glasses on, you will be able to take much more better decision that will change your whole future perspective. So having like all the information is very great for decision making. Here you both know what's really worth something, and you see what you have right now, so you will be able to take necessary decision to actually get this what you want. That seems to be a rather peaceful situation. Maybe to be like CEO on a big company isn't the most important thing. Maybe the most important thing is the small things that really make you happy. And this old thing with the evolution, where we were able to see into the future and calculate risks, it made us really like squirrels, collecting for the future, collecting. And we have been like maniacs with collecting money, collecting goods, collecting things that would make us feel comfortable, and we will be able to not think so much and finally find inner peace. But now it's like you're becoming much more courageous here with the lion and the sun. So maybe you are you're living more in the moment. And in the moment, you want to be happy in the moment now. You are not building up for great happiness that will happen in the future. You start to live here and now, and you will notice that you don't need so many things. You will need your close ones close to you, and yes, everyone will feel safe and being well taken care of, and giving people a lot of attention. Attention is love, it's healing. So that might be what important, to use your time well, to give the things attention that you actually want to, that you really love. So I think I'm sensing a much more common lifestyle for Cancer, where you might need to use more of your actual creativity, what you're really good at, what comes natural for you. If you have been a rose all your life, but you're still working like construction, so now you're going back more to being a rose and just smelling good. So that's being much less work upon you. It's more like I'm feeling a very calm sense, like you are doing something that's not so stressful, that's not so... it's not putting a lot of pressure upon you. You're becoming more feminine, like the grass is growing on its own accord, and you're taking a stroke with your brush here, making a line on your big painting of your life. But it's not in a hurry, because you're already happy. The sun, happiness, pure essence, pure you. And the next card here is Temperance. So Temperance is the alchemist card. It's about becoming your true self, to taking in your opposite side. And in your case, it seems to be the tiger. It seems to be the strength within you, to just being in the know. You just know things. It's making you like very, very powerful, this situation. You're seeing everything, knowing everything. You can see these eyes. They see right through you. They know everything about you. So I think you have made a lot of experience during your past few years of living that have made you more aware, more awake. You are not that little that little blue-eyed person anymore that fell for every story, or just accepted people and wanted to love them for the way that they were, but they never loved you in this way. So you're becoming more sharp, I would say, a little bit more dangerous. You are not going to like love people unconditionally and give them unconditional love with all your actions. Yes, you might love them in your heart, but if they are doing stupid things towards you, they will notice. You are not easily fooled anymore. You see everything. You are not afraid of the truth anymore. So therefore, you are not blindfolding yourself to something that you don't want to see. You see it clearly, and you have the capacity to also deal with this, because you're becoming so strong. Before, you might have tamed your strength a little bit to not become dangerous to other people. And then I mean, you're making yourself small so other people could feel big, so they wouldn't envy you, so they wouldn't like see you as a threat. You made yourself small out of compassion for others, and now you don't. They have to deal with you in the way that you really are. So that's rather beautiful. From being this little shell on the beach to becoming this, it's a big step. But you protected both yourself and others by being like this, but it wasn't your true self, and your true self is coming now. And it's still very passionate. It's not so like homey and shy. It's passionate and wild, and wants to live its life fully here and now. So it's very beautiful. So that was in your now, like the last part of September, and this will be in the future going into October. So the first card for you here is 8 of Cups, and I think this is self-love. This is you loving everything about yourself. You got this gift kind of from yourself, but you were also supported to start loving yourself and seeing everything that was good about you. And this snake of change, and you have gone through a big metamorphosis, and it's a lot with lions and felines and feminine energy. So I think it's your feminine side that had the chance to breathe the morning air and finally feel like, well, I'm good enough. I can be exactly naturally myself. And it's like you're a teenager, you're not really grown up, but you have this golden skin of an indestructible lion. It's a long story. It goes back to Hercules. Now just this self-love is becoming your protection. You are not afraid of other people anymore, or what they can do to you, because you don't need them in the same way. You need love and you need attention exactly like you need food and water, but you are giving this a lot to yourself now. So that's making you able to put yourself and your happiness like in the center. You'll still take care of others in the same beautiful way that you always have done, but you will also take care of yourself in the same manner, in the same beautiful grace. You are not an exception, sorry, and you are not like taming yourself and your inner strength to not scare others. They have to step up and do the same thing that you do. If they want to be with you, they also have to, it's like you have tried to fit in and be the right kind of part of the puzzle for everyone else, and they need to do the same to you now, because you are not going to tame your strength in some way or make yourself small, because you're kind of becoming everything here, so full of light and so full of energy. It's you count as much as the next person, and you don't have to minimize yourself anymore. So next card is Two of Cups, and it actually came in the same position for Capricorn. Two of Cups is this longing to being together with others and share your experience. If you see a beautiful sunset on your own, that's marvelous if you can really be in the moment and really see it and feel it. But sometimes you want to run to someone and say, well, look at this beautiful sunset. You want to share it with someone, and it's like a really deep-rooted need in all of us. You can see it also on the animals. They don't want to be alone at all, not 1 second, if they can avoid it. And people are also like this. It's just that we have lived in a very masculine part that have kind of put like the lonesome hero in the center of all attention. But this is not our natural behavior. We want to be a couple's horse. We want to be coupled up with others. And when people are not so much afraid of others anymore, they become in self-love, then you don't have to fear other people. So you can be with them or not be with them, and be with them and not be with them. This change will be so much easier for you, because you won't be afraid of change, because you always have you. Your eternal soul is always there, loving you, siding with you, taking parts with you, aligning. So you're not like alone anymore, because you have found this stability with this self-love. Your soul has stepped down in your body, so you're ready for love. You're kind of whole now, and you're ready for something to be whole together with. And here we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is traditionally a very heavy card, with other people trying to win over you. And we can see here you are being maybe a little bit smothered by all your wise thoughts. And we still have your inner child here, and someone is holding your hand, if you can see. So I think this is you again. You see the smartness of this tiger's eye, and you look at the girl's eye there, and also the owl's eye. I think no one will be able to really master you from now on. You are your own soul, your own dignity. You have your own dignity. I don't think people that's trying to win over you will succeed. You will just take them as gravel on the pathway and kick it aside and move along. I don't think you will be hurt by other people's words anymore. They won't touch you. You see right through them. You know exactly what's going on, the power game that's going on, and you're not letting them win on terms that they want to steal your energy. That's fine if people want to share with you, if they want to share and be a part of you. But if someone's threatening you, you will see right through them what they are doing, and it's like you have this protection now, and it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you what other people do. If it's the closest one, if this person that's holding your hand here will let go of your hand and say, well, no more, then that will, of course, hurt you. But I think that these random situations that you have been fearful of before, maybe protective of, didn't want to expose yourself to, they won't be a problem for you anymore. If people try to win over you, you won't even get a sting in your stomach. You will feel like just, well, I fixed this, and then the situation is cleared. So it's like you're not. It's like you have gotten some kind of superpower. I can't explain it better. This thing here, it's a very strong feminine sense of protection. It's like you're not victimizing yourself anymore. So who will make you a victim if you don't feel like a victim? I think that is what has changed with you, Cancer, that you don't feel like a victim anymore. You feel like you're perfectly all right, and that there's nothing to be like touched with you. You don't have any certain weaknesses anymore where people can see, that's her weak spot or his weak spot, and I see that they are unsure on this place. I will scratch a little bit there and hurt them a little bit, and that will be so nice to feel that, and I will steal their energy and make their strength fall. But you don't have those kind of spots anymore because you love everything about yourself, and you protect the one closest to you and you hold them close. So it's like you're becoming really whole, and the Sun is healing, holy matrimony as well. The Sun is the highest card for love in the Major Arcana card, and you have love also here, so it's love both above and below. It looks very beautiful. So I will take a card for you from the Oracle of Vision by Ciro Marchetti to see a little bit more. And yes, it's the Strength card. Yes, it's no doubt with all those lions and feline creatures. So this is what I talked about, that you have let everyone else, like, you have let them shine, having the stage, and it was you all along that kept them up, and you let them have this. It was no problem for you. You felt like other people were really fragile, and you didn't want to cause them pain. You saw their insecurities, and you saw their limitations, and you tried to, like, by giving of yourself, you have tried to help them, to make them bigger, to make them shine. And we see the Strength card, all different Strength card from Ciro Marchetti's different decks. And I think this is over. You are not going to downplay yourself to make other people feel enhanced. They need to grow themselves now. So you have kind of let your small children grow up a little bit, like this teenager. So it's time for you to, before you might have downplayed yourself, to not rub other people's their own bad personality traits in their face. But now they need to deal with those things themselves, because you are not going to, it's not for you anymore. It's like this work is done. You're not going to downplay yourself anymore. So this is the Druidcraft Tarot. It's the artist Will Worthington, and someone has had the idea as well. That's Philip and Stephanie Cargome. So I will take a card for Cancer also from this deck. Okay. So here we have a Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles, I think that other people has been very protective of themselves, and you have been very protective of them, and that has enabled them to be a little bit of misers, to not give of themselves while you gave everything. And now the table has turned, The one that's misers, holding back with their pure intention, that's truth, not telling everything, not sharing what they know, not saying I love you even though they do. They will have to deal with their own shortcomings from now on. You are not going to enable them anymore. So, and for some of you who have cancers doing like this, you cross watchers, just turn the table around. This is a message for you, the one that has been enabling a person that seems weak and fragile and have much of an ego, maybe, that you didn't want to disrupt because you didn't want this person to feel bad, and it was okay for you to let them have it. It's like with children. You can say you're sorry to your children even if they were doing the wrong thing. You can say, well, mommy is so sorry. I didn't mean to, because it's okay. They are small. But it's like these people in your life that you have treated like small children before, they need to grow up. They are teenagers now. They are bigger now. So you need to give them more responsibility to see themselves, like watch themselves in the mirror. So you're not going to enable them to keep their ego anymore. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So my dear Cancer, I hope this helped. If you want a personal reading with me, you can contact me at my email in the description box below the video. And I hope to see you again in the beginning of October for your beginning of month spread. That will be a little bit more extended with 15 cards instead of 9. Okay, hope to see you then. Bye bye.